everybody, and thank you for coming today. Imagine how would you feel if you were a slave? How would you feel if you didn't have any importance in your master's eyes and you would be treated like an animal? This, my friends, is called slavery. Abraham Lincoln is a fascinating history character who impacted significantly the future of the United States. In the next few moments, I'd like to share with you his inspiring story of the life of Abraham Lincoln, and we'll go over his childhood and his family, his presidency, his religious beliefs, and of course his assassination. Abraham Lincoln was born on February 12 of 1809 in Hardin County, Kentucky, to Thomas and Nancy Lincoln, a very poor family. Over the course of the years, the family moved several times, but they have settled down in Indiana when Lincoln was 7 years old. Lincoln had an older sister called Sarah and a younger brother called Thomas who died in infancy. His earliest teacher was Zechariah Riney, followed by Caleb Hazel. Later on, his stepmother encouraged him to study and improve himself. He read his eyes out on Euclid, military history, Shakespeare, and the Bible, of course. On November 4th of 1842, Lincoln married Mary Todd, his wife, and the couple had 4 boys together, only one of whom lived to maturity. This is a younger picture of the couple. Abraham Lincoln was a captain in the Black Hawk War, spent 8 years in the Illinois court, and rode the circuit of courts over the course of years. In 1858, he ran for senator but lost to Stephen Douglas, gaining national reputation instead that won him the Republican nomination for president in 1860. As president, he built the Republican Party into a strong national organization. During the Civil War, Lincoln had campaigned against the expansion of slavery beyond the states in which it already existed. Michael Beschloss acknowledged in his article that there is a good chance the United States would have fractured into many other states had it not been because of Lincoln, who was president back then. On January 1st of 1863, Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, which declared the slaves living in the Confederation forever free. The Emancipation Proclamation was followed by the Gettysburg Address, which was held on November 19 of 1863. The speech was delivered at the dedication of Soldiers National Cemetery in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. It was a short but complex speech in which Lincoln invoked the principles of human equality presented by the Declaration of Independence. As far as Lincoln's religious beliefs, before the war, Lincoln tended to view God more as a providence. He believed in predestination and inevitability. It is obvious, however, that before the war ended, his view on God changed. When asked if God was on the side of the North, Lincoln replied, "I am not at all concerned about that, for I know the Lord is on the side of the right. But it is my constant anxiety and prayer that I and this nation are on Lord's side." Lincoln's life ended on April 14 of 1865, which was on a Good Friday. He was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth while he was at Ford's Theater in Washington. Even though Lincoln was born in a poor family, he worked hard to achieve a good reputation. Today, after more than a century since his death, his story deeply inspires the hearts of Americans. This is how Carl Sandburg described Lincoln before Congress in 1959. "Not often in the story of mankind does a man arrive on earth who is both steel and velvet, who is hard as a rock and soft as a drifting fog, who holds in his heart and mind the paradox of terrible storm and peace unspeakable and perfect." Thank you all for coming. God bless.